Today, I'm doing a shoe review. About a year or so ago, I reviewed these. These are my Solomons, and I adore them. I love them so much. Actually, you should watch that review. It's right here. These new hiking shoes that I got, I think I love even more. Before we get into the actual review, my personal review, let me just read off some of the stats about this shoe. Finding information. I'm on their own website. According to their website, there are 3 core components that make their Be Dry waterproof system, starting with a proprietary tape-sealed polyurethane film booty. Don't know what that is. Anyways, they're waterproof. So the outside has different things. I'm just gonna tell you about why I love these things. The moment I put them on, all of the things that the salesman told me about them that I thought was maybe just fluff, maybe he was just trying to sell me on these shoes, all became extremely real. I have a fairly wide foot. I wear a size 12, and my foot at the toes is pretty stinking wide, but the heel of my foot is not so wide. And these shoes are made for people like me. The thing that OBOZ did when they were designing these shoes is they went to some of the biggest airports in the US. Now I don't know the details on this story, so I don't know exactly, but I know that they went to various airports around the country, and they went to the security checkpoints when people had to take their shoes off. They went up to random people and said, hey, we're designing new shoes. Do you mind standing on this little thing that they had? And it turns out almost half of us have wider feet. What OBOZ did is design these shoes for most people, at least half of the people like me, who have a wider foot in the toe. In the toe box area, there's so much room. It's like going from the average cheap seat on an airplane to first class, and you're just like, oh my gosh, there's so much space. They feel so comfortable. It's a little bit more narrow in the back of my foot, so it holds it so well. What happens sometimes is I'll buy a wide shoe, and it's wide in the toes, but it's also wide in the back, so my foot kind of slips out in the back. These are not that way. They also support my foot like no other shoe that I've ever felt. And part of the reason, apparently, is because of the insole. Let me show you. Look at these. They're good looking shoes. The insole, I know you can't feel it, but this insole is stinking quality. The arch of your foot, it has such good support there. If you're the kind of person who rips out the insoles of most of your shoes and puts in something better, I don't do that, but if you're that kind of person, you won't need to with this shoe, I almost guarantee you. It has crazy good tread. It's very firm, like not too firm. It's exactly as firm as you'd want it to be. If you look at this shoe, and I'm not comparing this shoe with this shoe, they're different. I love my Solomons, but I have to say I like these more. But this is part of the reason. If you look at the way that the back of the shoe kind of goes up, it's kind of rounded here in the back, whereas the Solomon is very stable. It comes actually out far. This shoe is probably a little bit more stable on uneven ground, but if you're doing a lot of walking around, this thing falls into your next step. It kind of rolls so stinking easy. So for a lot of walking, this is the way to go. If you want a very, sturdy shoe, I don't know, this thing is really stinking sturdy too. In the front end, it has like this toe guard. It's not like a steel toe, of course, but it is stinking firm for, when you're hiking around and slamming your foot into rocks, it's very, very firm. Another thing I love about this shoe, am I still recording? Oh yeah. Another thing that I found, are these laces, which may sound stupid, but look at these laces. I don't know if you can see this. They are stretchy, just a little bit. And that stretchiness does something that I didn't think about or know about before these shoes. When you lace these shoes up, if you're the kind of person that likes your shoes nice and tight and secure on your foot, I have never worn a shoe that you could tighten More than these. You can cut off the circulation in your foot so easily with these. I think part of the reason is that there's so many lace holes close together, so you can also really customize where you want your shoe to be tight and where you want it to be loose. Like the top of my foot, like the, you know, like you have your toes and then it comes up. That part is pretty big on my foot, so I like this area a little more loose and I like this area a little more tight. Because there's so many so many lace holes, you can really customize how it grips onto your foot. But it also, you can cinch these down at, I mean, crazy tight. I don't like my shoe that tight. You can with these, and I think it has a lot to do with these laces. And they're super thick and strong. I mean, stupid, it sounds like, right? The laces, I love the laces. The bottom is fairly soft, these grips. I mean, I can't tell you how comfortable they are. It's the only shoe I've ever worn that I wore throughout the day and forgot that I was wearing shoes. Like I'm really into shoes, and I wear pretty expensive shoes, comfortable shoes. But even my most comfortable pair of shoes, I'll remember how comfortable they are throughout the day because I like step a certain way. I'm like, oh man, these are so comfortable. I wore these for a day, the day that I first got them, for the entire day, and got to the end of the day and was like, I forgot I was wearing shoes. The materials they're made out of, I know you can't feel this, but you should go to a shoe store and just take them out, feel them. The quality in which it feels like this thing is made is pretty impeccable. Around every little eyelet where the lace comes through, it's metal of some sort, I don't know what kind. It's various materials, as you can see. When you put them all together, all I know is that this is one of the best pair of shoes I've ever put on my foot. And I've put on a lot of really good shoes. I love these things. I love them a lot. I think I paid 140 bucks for them. They are worth 3 times that amount, in my opinion. Oh, another thing. The tongue on these, some shoes, the tongue will fall over to either side as you're walking around. These things will not do that. These things, as you can see, the tongue is attached to the shoe itself. It doesn't move. Once it's set in place, it doesn't budge. I love that. The back of the shoe, I don't like this to be very thick. Usually on cheap shoes, the back here, for whatever reason, is very thick. This is very thin. I don't know if you can see that, but it's narrow. It really grabs the back of your foot. There's no budging in your foot at all. I did a review on these Solomons when I bought these. I still love these Solomons a lot. There's a lot of good reasons to go out and get this Solomon. You should watch that review video. But I will tell you, if I can only pick one pair of shoes to keep as sort of my everyday walking shoe, but also my hiking shoe, I mean, I just don't think you can beat the OBOZ. These are my new favorite shoes. If you're debating on whether to go and buy them, go and try them out, see how they fit on your foot, but I cannot imagine you will be disappointed with them. Love them. You should go buy them. Go buy them now. That's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like. We don't do a lot of reviews, but we do reviews. When I find a product that I love, I do a review about it because I want you to know about it. And these shoes, I love.